Welcome back to another BXG trailer reaction. I am one of your hosts, the Alphadonic guy, Brenton Beswick, alongside my co-host, a man who is a sexually depraved miscreant who is only seeking to gratify his basest and most immediate desires. Greg Filson. Greg, you're a loathsome brute. You're a loathsome, offensive brute, and yet I can't look away.
I didn't know you were in my Tinder profile, Brenton, but I appreciate it. Thanks for following along.
I swiped.
My
Which way do you
OnlyFans is
swipe?
different. My OnlyFans is a different thing, but I won't get into it. I'm doing okay. Obviously, very depraved. Very depraved.
Yeah.
But I'm doing
Yeah.
okay other than that, Brenton. How
Yeah.
are you? Other than looking at
Fucking
my Tinder, which is weird.
fucking stoked for this one.
Okay.
I don't get excited like for a lot of trailer. Like we do the trailer reactions and I come away, we try to do things that we don't know. And then I
Yeah.
come away more interested in some of the things like Triangle of Sadness, which I think is still in the hopper, hasn't been put on the YouTube yet, or the Banshees of Inisherin. But this is something that I know that I'm intimately familiar with, and
Oh
I
yeah.
can't be more excited for
You
the
swiped left on this
HBO.
bad boy.
I swiped all the way left. I swiped so far left that it came back to the right. And I am so excited for this. I'm so excited for this. But I will say that if it looks like trash, I'm going to be just unfathomably sad. But it's HBO.
I have a feeling it won't. I have a feeling it'll be good.
Yeah, it's HBO.
It's not
And
like they're remaking a series by starting a new series again to make up for two really bad seasons of something else.
Yeah.
It's not like it's
well, season and a half. But reasons for optimism are number one, HBO, and number two, co-creator of The Last of Us. If you haven't figured it out, we're doing the trailer reaction for The Last of Us, the HBO series. Co-creator Neil Druckmann is heavily involved, helping to shepherd this on its way. And this is great timing because the Last of Us Part 1 remake drops on the PS5 here in about a week and a half, September 2nd. That's gonna be dropping. I'm gonna be day one on that. I'm a slut for The Last of Us. And as many times as they want to release it, I will continue to buy it at full price. But this is the HBO series, our first look. We've seen a couple still images, but this is our first look of Joel and Ellie, a pair connected through the harshness of the world they live in and forced to endure brutal circumstances and ruthless killers on a trek across post-pandemic America, starring Pedro Pascal as Joel, Bella Ramsey as Ellie, Nick Offerman as Bill, Gabrielle Luna as Tommy, with some other characters or some other actors sprinkled in with cameos by Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker, who are the voices of Joel and Ellie in the games. Like I said, I'm like a couple times today just like scrolling like Instagram or whatever, and I just like see it pop up because it's on everything, Nerdist, IGN, HBO.
Oh yeah, I had
it's
to
everywhere.
avoid it at
And
all
I would
costs.
I would be scrolling and I would see it on my phone and I would just go and throw my phone like away from me for a couple seconds. But I'm, like I said, intimately familiar with this. It's I've said this before. The Last of Us is my favorite story ever told. Books, movies, TV, video games, whatever. It's my favorite story. And to see the level of care and love that they seem to have been putting into this it has me crazy excited. And I can go on and on and on, but you, having never played the game and are just coming at this as kind of a fresh angle, what are your expectations? So obviously it's a 30-second teaser trailer, so we're not going to get much, but
sure.
What's your...
I mean, my expectations are based on your actual love and enjoyment of this. And I will say, I think that's probably where I'm at, where it's just you really like this game, you've promoted it to me a lot. I at this point in my life don't play games that take a lot of time or anything, and I don't know how long this game actually takes, but I'm playing multiverses now because you can play that, really small segments, and it's fun, and like even if you're not bad, you still win. You get points or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is something that, like, maybe at some point I will get back into it. Like, I mean, it's a fun thing about video games too, is you can always kind of get back into it. It doesn't really matter. Especially with technology now and things like that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think your enthusiasm for this makes me more enthusiastic about it.
Sure.
Because I'm like, still, and plus it's Pedro Pascal, who like just seems to be like a home run hitter. Like, he comes to the plate and he just like, bang, like it's good every time. I don't think he's done anything that we dislike that I know of. I mean,
well, we didn't like The Bubble, but we also said he was the best part of it, and
he was the best part.
Yeah, we didn't love Wonder Woman 87, but we did like him. So
there's like things where like maybe the things like aren't that great, but he's good. Like that's the difference, and that's that means something. If you are still the best part of something and it's bad, like that's cool. Like at least you're showing through. But it's like the Mandalorian. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, it's like it's the Mandalorian, and then it's the Nick Cage movie. Just slipped my head.
The Unbearable Weight. Yep.
Like he's great. He's so great in that movie. Like he's holding his own with like one of the greatest actors of all time. So
not that he went anywhere.
Not that he went anywhere. I'm fired up. I think it'll be cool.
All right, so let's do this. 29 seconds or so teaser trailer, The Last of Us HBO, in 3, 2, 1, go. And the premiere. This was like at the end of a stinger trailer or whatever, teaser trailer. This is real.
Everybody I have cared for has either died or left me.
You have no idea what loss is.
That's not a lot.
Nope, got a dragon.
Not a lot. Well, I think that was because of Game of Thrones. It was like right after it.
Okay, I was like, that's weird. It was like,
there's no dragons.
There's no dragons in The Last of Us, is there? I don't think so.
No. Like I said, it kind of came at the end of a season.
Yeah. I mean, like that didn't give us a lot, honestly. No. But I don't really care. Like, I'm just. At least this isn't. I think this is one of those shows a lot of people are going to watch who've never played this game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think honestly, this is a really smart way for Sony to kind of market the game and the series because it's going to be, this is an HBO series and it came from this game. Maybe I should check out the game out.
So many people are going to get back into this. So many people are getting back into this.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, like I said, I think the timing for everything, they dropped this trailer 2 weeks or so before the remake of part 1 comes out, and then there's an impending announcement for their multiplayer game that goes with part 2 that game will probably surface right around the time that the series starts in 2023. It's hard to get a read. It's so fast. It's hard to get a read on, but just looking for me, looking at it, there's like, they show the spores, which is pretty cool. I could have gone for some clickers, like not even necessarily seeing them, but just like hearing them because they're so fucking creepy and ominous. But, and I think that I do think that Pedro really nails Joel. Just the look,
cool.
And then if he can do any representation of a Texas accent, Texan, Southern, whatever, then he'll be fine. I'm a little less enthusiastic about her as Ellie, just because Ellie's a little bit older looking than Bella Ramsey. But I also would say that Bill Offerman as Ted, he looks identical to the character in the game. Nick Offerman, sorry. Yeah, Nick Offerman looks exactly like Bill from the game, who was voiced by Brad Dourty. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't bring him in.
Brad Dourty, like the North Carolina basketball player?
Maybe his name's not Brad. Give me a second. I'll tell you.
That'd be crazy.
That's why I'm thinking he's from Deadwood. He plays the bartender in Deadwood. I can't remember if his name's Brad Doherty or no. I was way off.
Okay.
Brad Dourif is the doctor
well,
in Deadwood,
yeah.
and then he plays
Okay.
Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings. But W. Earl Brown,
W. Earl Brown.
his name in Deadwood is Dan Doherty. That's where I was all over the place with
Okay,
that.
there you go.
He was the voice of Bill in the game, and does look like him, but Offerman looks like him pretty identical, I would say. And that's a really interesting character. That's a really interesting character as well that I think people will kind of have an appreciation for, or not because he's homosexual, but we'll see. People seem to have problems with that sort of thing these days. Although Ellie is a lesbian, so
there you go.
Yeah, it's
LGBTQ plus all over the place.
Yep, LGBTQI plus.
I. Yeah, that's right.
Yep, don't forget the I.
Yeah.
I don't think this is.
I don't forget the I because I am an only child. But
what?
Oh, there's no I in team, but there is in win, Brenton.
I don't know what just happened. I'm not. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about that is that my expectations were not hampered. They were not hampered.
Yeah, right. Yeah, not hampered.
So they weren't really enhanced either. It was just too. It was too short.
Do we know when it's coming out next year at all?
Spring 2023.
Spring.
I believe so. Yeah.
Spring break forever.
Right.
Spring Breakers. If you've ever seen that movie, it's a great movie.
I can't say that I have.
Great movie.
But yeah. For the full sizzle reel, because it was part of a sizzle reel before House of Dragons, I believe. But anyway,
I feel like when they do a sizzle reel, they should have like the fajitas plate coming out right before they go into it.
Right.
So like every dad in the restaurant looks up.
We would do a sizzle reel. That's how we would do a sizzle reel, without a doubt. Yeah.
That's the thing. Nothing gets the dads going in a restaurant than a sizzle of a fajita plate coming out.
I'm not big on it. I'm a dad.
Yeah. You like the sound of the sizzle though. Yeah. But the fajitas are always less than.
Right.
Always less than.
Yeah.
Mid at best.
Oh, don't say that, please. please don't say
you tell me not to say it, Brenton. It's like I'm a child, so I have to.
Don't push the red button.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting hungry. I am getting hungry. What was that?
Me hitting the red button.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
there you go.
The Last of Us. And as far as that trailer went, it was kind of the least of us. But if you enjoyed, if your level of enthusiasm, if your level of enthusiasm is on my level of enthusiasm, hit the like button. And if your enthusiasm is more like in the Greg realm, then just subscribe and share. But if we did our job well, ring that bell like you're a kid at a playground.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Take care and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Woo.